In Victoria, Ben Wood tries to avoid driving his truck these days. With gas at nearly $1.60 a litre, it costs him $150 a tank.
It's a big hit to the wallet for sure.
He's not alone.
I drive less now.
I've been walking more to work.
It's unbelievable how it's just going up.
Gas prices plunged when the pandemic first hit, along with oil, but since then climbed higher and higher. In August, Statistics Canada says prices jumped more than 32% compared to last year.
Unfortunately, we're not going to get much relief on the energy front for a while.
The price of vehicles is also up as global supply chain problems persist. Higher costs at restaurants and hotels or for furniture and appliances. Those should be short-lived, according to the Bank of Canada, because they're being driven partly by pent-up demand as the economy reopens and Canadians spend again.
That demand is pretty well exhausted.
This economist says what he's watching in particular are wages. If those rise in a significant way, higher prices, he says, could be here to stay.
That's kind of the wild card. You know, how readily can businesses pass a higher wage bill onto their customers? That could really determine how much inflation on a sustained basis we see in the next 1 to 2 years.
In Ontario, where some restaurants were closed longer than anywhere else in the country, some customers say they're willing to pay a little more to help get them back on their feet.
I feel actually just so happy to eat outdoors and catch up with friends, and I'm like, ooh, this is kind of a priceless situation.
And there's some hope that as life and the economy get back into step, prices will also return to normal.
Maybe those prices will regulate back to what they were pre-pandemic.
So Canadians' cash can go a little further and help more businesses make a comeback. Jacqueline Hansen, CBC News, Toronto.
All right, so let's go deeper on this with our senior business correspondent, Peter Armstrong. So, Peter, a lot of this sort of talk is very unnerving for people. Where does it go from here?
Fact is, Adrienne, we really just don't know. And you have those who believe that depends on why they think all this is happening. And are we seeing inflation rise because, interest rates are low and stimulus money is flooded into the world? And then you have those wondering, is this just a long-term trend or a temporary blip? And that's the debate. But it's important to keep an eye on the context here. This chart by Trevor Tombe at the University of Calgary shows what inflation would have looked like if it had just chugged along over the past few years at its target rate of 2%. You can see it dipped well below target when the crisis began, and it's only creeping above that dotted line now. A lot of that is just bounce back from lower prices when COVID shut everything down. And, Adrienne, all these economic explanations, they do matter, but they're pretty cold comfort to anyone who's buying really just about anything. Right now.
So we heard Jacqueline Hansen talk about supply chain issues. Any sense of when that gets sorted out?
It's going to be years. That's the hard, cold truth of it. And there are two big issues within that. First is actual shipping disruptions and delays and slowdowns. But then you've got the specific issue around microchips. There's a huge global shortage, and that's the thing that's delaying auto production, for example. And you can't build a new microchip factory overnight, so it's going to take time, and it's going to wreak havoc for a little while yet.
Perfect. Peter Armstrong, thanks very much.
You bet.